There are many ways to get the things that we want for ourselves in our lives. But basically, it all begins with how we choose to think. And once you know that what you think about is what expands, you start getting real careful about what you think about. You don't allow your thoughts to be on anything that you don't want.
Change your whole approach of how you see life, and it will help you to get to that next level. It'll help you to get unstuck.
Wherever there is investment, there's frustration, because investment creates expectation. Anytime you invest, you have expectation. And anytime you have expectation, you have the potential for disappointment. You can't be disappointed if you haven't invested anything.
The only way you can come out of unhappiness is if you choose and say, okay, it's going to be a long journey. It's going to take a lot of time. And I'm going to try and try and try, but I'll get there. What do most of us do every day? We watch negative news. We swipe on toxic positivity, and we're just drowning ourselves in negativity. And then what happens? What happens is we become really good at being negative. We become really good at finding what's wrong with life. We're basically configuring our brains to be unhappy.
There is a lot of fighters, but not everybody can become champion. A champion become when you can handle all this pressure. This is the difference between fighters, just fighters, and champions, you know. But I handle this and I control this.
Life ain't fair to nobody. You just gotta fight through, man. You gotta bite back sometime.
Most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss. No, most people fail in life because they're just like I was for 14 years. They aim too low and hit, and many never aim at all, not at all. They just go through life surviving. And how people live their lives is a result of their state of mind. It has been said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. We become what we think about. All of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. In order to be successful, you must be willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. Your mind is a machine. You must program yourself for success. There's more in you right now than's represented in your bank account. There's more in you right now that's being reflected by your life right now. Your life is not a true reflection of your potential. You have greatness within you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine.
In the absence of purpose, we will start digging holes in our life. In the absence of doing something meaningful, we will start literally binge watching TV, binge eating, binge drinking. Any vice will lead to self-destruction, holes in your life.
You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. There are things that you're going to be able to do that eye has not seen, ear has not heard. There are things that you have in you that you don't even know. But until you get outside of your comfort zone, you will never discover it. You have something special. You have greatness within you. But in order to manifest your greatness, you've got to put yourself in a perpetual state of discomfort. So you've got to challenge yourself. You've got to raise the bar on yourself. You've got to get busy. You've got to work your plan. Even if you've got a job right now, you've got to work yourself out of it. You've got to have an exit date where you say, hey, I've had it. It's time for me to do me.
Most of us were raised to become ordinary. Ordinary is you go through your life and you fill out the forms and you pay your taxes and you do what your parents tell you and you're honorable and you're honest and you're a good citizen and then you die. Extraordinary is something very, very different. This is about recognizing within yourself that there's something very, very extraordinary that you haven't been trained to believe in, to come to a place where you can apply it and put it into your life. You can go way beyond ordinary. You can go way beyond just being average. All of us are extraordinary. We just have to come to believe it.
There is a difference between passion and obsession. When you're passionate, everybody cheers you on. Oh, you found your passion? Awesome. Follow your passion. Live with passion. When you're obsessed, they're like, why you gotta be so crazy? Why do you always gotta get things so perfect? Why do you spend so much time? When you're obsessed, people think you're nuts. If no one thinks you're crazy, you're not yet operating to the outer limits of your potential.
Go after your dreams, right? Go after it. I never compromised that. I never allowed anybody to tell me what I was capable of accomplishing. I never let anybody tell me that I can't do.
I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fall over, make a mistake. That oftentimes cripples people on the onset of getting into anything.
The best way to contend with problems, with issues, with adversity is action, is by taking action. The more you sit and the more you wait and the more time you spend with that adversity, with the upper hand inside your head, the worse it's going to get.
Once something's important to you, it never leaves your mind. If you always dreamt about being a singer-songwriter and you never did it, you will be haunted by that at the age of 70, because it's still right here, stored in the back of your mind. It's something that's meant for you, that's trying to call to you. You see, your dreams, you either pursue them or they fucking haunt you.
Until your mind is open to the possibilities that I can do this, you would never be able to do it. Once the mind starts to believe it can be achieved, only then does it start to break down tactically how we can do this.
If you look at the greats in anything that, in any walk of life, the greats do things when they don't always want to. And that's the separation.
We all think about quitting when it's hard. It's hard to process information during pain because that pain takes over and you can't think rationally. You're thinking about fight or flight, save yourself. That's not a rational thought. It's not a thought that's going to get you through hard times. It's all about your mind takes control of you. You have to say, I run this mother.
You need to make it a habit to start every fucking day validating yourself, cheering for yourself, because life is a marathon. And this might be a challenging leg where you're like, I'm just going to throw in the towel. I'm not going to do that thing. Hell no. If you're standing in front of that mirror, you deserve to feel the support and empowerment and encouragement that you need. You are doing so much every single day that you don't give yourself credit for.
When you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Effort is isolated. The reason why effort is isolated is because nobody can dictate. Effort is 100% in the mind.
I live for today, and I don't care what happened yesterday. I live in the moment because that's the only thing we have in our lives, are moments in time. And as soon as I've gone out that door, we can never reverse back and play it again, because it's real life, it's not a dress rehearsal. So I don't really care what happens 5 minutes ago. I'm just going to keep going today and living today and enjoying myself, because I know what God gives, God can take away in the flash of a second. It can all be turned upside down, and I've experienced it. Sometimes in life when everything's going great for you and you don't know good from bad, you need to experience a little rain sometimes so you can enjoy the sunshine again. And now I'm happy for the small things in life.
Do you realize that every day you thought you wasn't gonna make it? Do you remember them days where you thought it was absolutely unbearable and you thought you wasn't gonna endure that one? Do you know that your survival rate for every last one of them bad days is 100%? You survived every hater, you survived all the evictions, you survived the firings, you survived all the trouble you ever been in. Your survival rate is 100%.
Be kind to yourself. You are actually doing the best you can. Don't beat yourself up. Don't drive yourself crazy. You are actually doing the best you can.
Anything you focus your mind on, you can change. You don't like the way your life is going, you're the only one who can change it. You don't have to be an alcoholic. You don't have to be a failure. You don't have to be anything you don't want to be. If you ever decide to change your mind.
If for 10 years, if you didn't avoid doing what you knew you needed to do, what would you be like? Because you're not everything you could be, and you know it. What would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you?
Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
When something sucks, good. It's gonna make me tougher, and it's gonna make us stronger. So bring it.
You don't know what you've got until all hell breaks loose. You don't know what you can take until the pressure is applied to your life. You don't know how much courage you have until you've been under fire and under struggle and under tribulation. You can't learn what's in you sitting back in a lazy boy chair hitting the remote control watching HBO and Cinemax. But when all hell breaks loose, that's when you get to see what you got. Cannot get people to believe in your dream until you believe in it yourself. Nobody's going to put into your dream before you put in. You have to invest in what you dream for.
You know what's so funny? We want people to make guarantees to us, but we're not willing to make guarantees to ourselves. If somebody gave you a guarantee, 30-day guarantee, in 30 days, if you don't make what they told you was gonna make, in 30 days you got an attitude, you want your money back. But you've never demanded your money back from yourselves. You want to put it on somebody else. The reason why I'm not successful is because of my boss. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I'm not getting up on time. I'm not going to work on time. I let me down. You always want to blame other people. You want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you that you owe you something.
Stop living your life like you have 1,000 years to live. In life, you're either here today and you're gone today. If there's something that you want to do and you can't do it all at one time, do just a little bit of it.
Stop telling your visions to other people because they're not going to see it. Why you think you keep imagining opening a business? Why you keep imagining graduating, getting a better job? Why do you keep imagining buying a house? Why do you keep imagining getting rich one day? Why do you keep imagining that? Because God is talking to you. He's showing you something that he has for you.
Turn your wounds into wisdom. You will be wounded many times in your life. You'll make mistakes. Some people will call them failures. But I have learned that failure is really God's way of saying, excuse me, you're moving in the wrong direction. It's just an experience.
When you start running from one thing, you're going to keep running from everything. You're going to run from love. You're going to run from life. You're going to run from responsibility. You're going to run. When are you going to stop running?
Be happy today, tomorrow, and the next day. But most importantly, be happy for today. Because you know, tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. Tomorrow we could wake up and get a call saying, right, someone's died, or you've got cancer, or whatever. So every day you wake up and you open your eyes and you breathe fresh air, then you're a very blessed person.
I hear the clock ticking, and the end is nigh, and time waits for no man. Listen, life goes by, and it goes by quick. Don't waste those years. Don't waste them. Live them.
You gotta go, man. You just have to go. Never wait on the right time, because the right time ain't ever coming. You have to go. When you have these ideas of greatness, you gotta go forward, because it's not gonna be a right time. Just go. Just go. Go jump. Take a chance.
Listen to me. You're running out of time.
Imagine how many things you could get done
if you had an infinite amount of time?
You gotta have a plan. Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. What's the plan?
However I deliver it and how people may take it, then that's their business. You know what I mean? Like I said, I do my job. My job is to fight.
There are challenges in every single day. The biggest one, to be honest with you, I think is being able to stay focused.
Like always, with anything, you gotta take the good with the bad, you know?
When I made a decision to follow my destiny, I felt it calling me. My destiny was calling me.
It is one thing to be successful. It is another thing to sustain success over the coming decades.
The earlier you get in the game and get on track, the better life you're gonna have. Healthier, wealthier, stronger, smarter, better. And if you're an old man like me and you haven't gotten on track yet, get on track. Get on it now. Everyone listening to this, here's the deal. No complacency. No complacency. No backing off. No slack whatsoever. Fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. So, at the end of a hard day, put your head down with ease, satisfied.
Like, everyone is always going to find something in your success or in your story or upbringing that will try to knock you down, like literally.
Trauma can mold you. Trauma can be a fantastic thing. Heartbreak, depression, sadness, these are all fantastic motivators.
I mean, we sometimes think that an epic life occurs one sunny Friday afternoon when the stars line up and something revolutionary occurs. A great life is built not by revolution. A great life is built by evolution. Small and steady wins the race.
You already know who you are. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Risk being seen in all of your glory.